History is full of remarkable discoveries, but some artifacts stand apart, challenging everything we think we know. Massive bronze masks that don't match any known culture, a book wrapped around a mummy in a language no one can fully read, an eerie hand rising from the desert with no clear origin. These objects defy easy explanations, leaving behind more questions than answers. Were they remnants of forgotten civilizations, symbols of lost knowledge, or simply puzzles we have yet to solve? Some were uncovered by accident, buried beneath the earth for millennia, while others have stood in plain sight for centuries, their meanings lost to time. Scholars analyze, debate, and theorize, yet their mysteries remain unsolved. Were these artifacts created with knowledge beyond their time? Did they belong to cultures that vanished without a trace? Each of them tells a story, one we may never fully understand. Let's uncover 7 of the most baffling artifacts that continue to intrigue historians and archaeologists alike. A farmer's shovel has unearthed many great discoveries, but few compare to what was found in Sichuan province, China. In 1929, while digging a well, a villager stumbled upon a cache of jade artifacts buried beneath the soil. The significance of the find was not understood, and for decades the site remained untouched. Then, in 1986, archaeologists made a stunning breakthrough. 2 massive sacrificial pits filled with bronze statues, gold masks, and intricate carvings, unlike anything seen before in China's history. The Sanxingdui artifacts shattered long-held beliefs about ancient Chinese civilization. The towering bronze figures with elongated eyes and surreal expressions bore no resemblance to known Chinese artistic traditions. They hinted at an advanced culture that flourished over 3,000 years ago, separate from the Shang dynasty, which was believed to be the dominant civilization at the time. Yet, unlike the Shang, the people of Sanxingdui left behind no written records, no royal tombs, and no clear explanation of their fate. Unlike other Bronze Age cultures, which cast small tools and vessels, Sanxingdui artisans worked on a massive scale. Some of their bronze sculptures weighed hundreds of kilograms, showcasing an advanced level of metallurgy. The enormous masks, some over a meter wide, were adorned with gold foil, an extremely rare material in the region. The exaggerated eyes on many statues have led some scholars to speculate that they depicted Kangkong, a semi-mythical figure from Sichuan folklore. Others believe they may have been shamans or deities linked to a lost belief system. One of the most unusual discoveries was a towering bronze tree, possibly symbolizing a sacred link between heaven and earth. Adding to the mystery was the nature of the discovery itself. The artifacts had been deliberately broken, burned, or buried in what appeared to be large-scale rituals. Many archaeologists believe these were sacrificial offerings meant to honor ancestors or deities. But why destroy such exquisite artwork? Even more puzzling was the presence of thousands of ivory tusks, which did not come from local animals. This suggests that Sanxingdui had long-distance trade connections, possibly reaching as far as Southeast Asia or India. The presence of so much ivory hints at a culture with far-reaching influence, yet its purpose in their rituals remains unknown. Despite its wealth and craftsmanship, Sanxingdui was abandoned around 1100 BCE. There are no signs of war or invasion, yet the civilization vanished without a trace. Some researchers believe an earthquake may have diverted the Minjiang River, cutting off the city's water supply. Others suggest that prolonged drought or internal conflict led to their downfall. A clue lies in the nearby Jinsha culture, which emerged shortly after Sanxingdui's decline. Many Jinsha artifacts closely resemble those of Sanxingdui, leading some scholars to believe that its people simply relocated rather than disappeared. The story of Sanxingdui is far from over. In 2021, archaeologists unearthed 6 new sacrificial pits, revealing thousands of additional artifacts, including another massive gold mask fragment and intricately carved relics. These findings continue to challenge our understanding of early Chinese civilization, proving that Sanxingdui was more advanced than previously believed. Yet the mystery remains. Why was this civilization forgotten? Why do its artifacts resemble nothing else in Chinese history? And what other secrets still lie buried beneath the soil? For now, Sanxingdui's lost civilization remains a puzzle, one that archaeologists are still trying to piece together, artifact by artifact. A mummy holds many secrets, but few as perplexing as the one discovered in the 19th century. When archaeologists unwrapped an Egyptian mummy housed in a Croatian museum, they found something completely unexpected. Its linen wrappings were covered in an unknown script. This was no ordinary burial cloth. It was a manuscript, written in a lost language, and it remains largely unreadable to this day. Now known as the Liber Linteus, or Linen Book, this relic is the longest surviving text in the Etruscan language, a civilization that thrived in Italy before the rise of Rome. The text is arranged into 12 columns, suggesting it was originally a scroll before being cut into strips for use as mummy wrappings. Some areas contain faint red markings, possibly serving as section dividers or emphasizing key passages. Despite centuries of study, scholars have only deciphered fragments. The Etruscan language remains one of history's great linguistic puzzles. Its script is readable, derived from Greek, but the meanings of most words remain unknown. With fewer than 1,000 known Etruscan inscriptions, mostly short phrases on tombstones and pottery, full translation remains nearly impossible. The mystery deepens with the journey of the manuscript itself. The mummy was brought to Croatia in the 1840s by a nobleman who had purchased it in Alexandria, Egypt. Only decades later did researchers realize that the linen bore writing, revealing its origins as a document from a completely different civilization. How did an Etruscan manuscript end up in an Egyptian burial? Some believe the linen was repurposed simply as a burial wrapping, a common practice when materials were scarce. Others suggest it may have been part of a funerary text, which would make its presence in a tomb less surprising. However, there is no conclusive proof of its original purpose. What little has been translated suggests the manuscript is a religious calendar, possibly detailing rituals, offerings, and ceremonies dedicated to deities. This aligns with the Etruscans' known spiritual practices, but without a Rosetta Stone-like key to unlock the language, much of it remains a mystery. Some researchers speculate that the text may have been connected to funeral rites, making its later use in a mummy's burial even more intriguing. One theory suggests that the text was sold for its fabric, its writing ignored by those who repurposed it. Another possibility is that it was brought to Egypt by an Etruscan traveler, though no direct evidence supports this. Efforts to unravel the Liber Linteus continue, but with so few linguistic clues, progress is slow. It remains a rare and fragile link to a lost civilization, one whose words may never be fully understood. Rising from the barren landscape of the Atacama desert, a colossal stone hand stretches toward the sky. Is it a forgotten relic of an ancient civilization, a lost monument from a vanished culture? The sight of this massive structure, standing in one of the driest places on Earth, has sparked endless speculation. But unlike some of history's most mysterious artifacts, this one has a known origin, yet that does little to diminish its enigmatic presence. The Hand of the Desert, Mano del Desierto, is a 36-meter-tall sculpture located in northern Chile, built in 1992 by Chilean sculptor Mario Irarrázaval. Carved from concrete and reinforced with iron, it is not an ancient relic but a modern work of art. However, its placement in the desolate Atacama, one of the most extreme environments on Earth, has led to widespread confusion, with many mistaking it for something far older. Its remote location, far from major roads or settlements, adds to its mysterious aura, making it appear like an abandoned monument from a forgotten past. Although it is a contemporary artwork, its design carries deep symbolic meaning. Irarrázaval, known for creating similar sculptures in Uruguay and Spain, intended the hand to represent human suffering, isolation, and resilience. Some interpretations suggest it may also symbolize a plea for help, or a connection between earth and the divine. The hand's open palm, reaching skyward from the desert floor, evokes a haunting sense of longing or remembrance. Despite its modern origins, many travelers encountering the hand for the first time believe it to be an ancient artifact. Some myths even claim it is based on a petrified giant's hand, though no such legend existed before the sculpture was built. The lack of signage and information at the site fuels these misinterpretations, leaving visitors to wonder about its purpose and history. Today, the Hand of the Desert stands as both an artistic landmark and a source of fascination, blending into the Atacama's landscape of archaeological wonders. Though not an ancient artifact, it has taken on a life of its own, another mystery rising from the sands of time. In a dimly lit medieval monastery, a lone monk sat hunched over a massive manuscript, feverishly writing by candlelight. According to legend, he was racing against an impossible deadline. Facing severe punishment for an unnamed crime, he struck a deal, not with his fellow monks, but with the devil himself. In exchange for his soul, the devil granted him the ability to complete the manuscript in a single night. The result was the Codex Gigas, a book so enormous it defied explanation, earning it the chilling name the Devil's Bible. The Codex Gigas, created in the early 13th century, is the largest surviving medieval manuscript in the world. Weighing nearly 75 kilograms and measuring 92 centimeters tall, its pages are made of 160 donkey or calf skins, requiring an entire table just to support its weight. What makes it even more striking is a full-page illustration of the devil, an unusual feature in monastic works. This eerie depiction, along with the book's mysterious origins, fueled the legend that it was written in a single night with demonic help. Historical records suggest the manuscript was produced in Bohemia, modern-day Czech Republic, most likely at the Podlazic monastery. However, its exact authorship remains unknown. Studies of the handwriting indicate that a single scribe wrote the entire book, an astonishing feat given its size. Modern scholars estimate that completing the text would have taken at least 20 to 30 years, working continuously without distraction. Yet the uniformity of the script throughout all 310 parchment pages suggests it was written with remarkable consistency, raising questions about how one person could maintain such precision over decades. The contents of the Codex Gigas are as mysterious as its creation. It includes the entire Latin Bible, various historical texts, exorcism spells, medical remedies, and monastic rules. Strangely, certain pages are missing, leading to speculation about whether they were removed intentionally, possibly to hide forbidden knowledge. Some believe the missing sections contained a secret pact with the devil, while others suggest they were simply lost over time. Throughout history, the Devil's Bible has been associated with misfortune. When Sweden invaded Bohemia in 1648, the manuscript was taken as war loot and transported to Stockholm, where it remains today in the National Library of Sweden. Shortly after its arrival, a fire broke out in the royal castle, nearly destroying it. Some claimed the book carried a curse, much like other infamous relics with dark reputations. Despite its eerie legend, the Codex Gigas remains one of the most valuable historical manuscripts ever created. Though its origins are shrouded in mystery, it stands as a testament to the skill, dedication, and ambition of medieval scribes, whether aided by the supernatural or not. Deep beneath the island of Malta lies an ancient structure unlike any other. A labyrinth of carved rock chambers, hidden stairways, and underground halls, the Hal Saflieni Hypogeum is one of the oldest known subterranean temples in the world. But within its depths lies one chamber that has defied explanation, an enclosed space that seems to alter sound itself. Those who speak inside it experience something eerie. Their voices resonate in unnatural ways, amplifying certain frequencies while silencing others. This is the Oracle Chamber, a room that may have been designed for something far more mysterious than simple worship. The Hypogeum, dating back to around 4000 BCE, was built by the prehistoric people of Malta, who left behind no written records. Discovered by accident in 1902 during construction work, it revealed a complex underground sanctuary, complete with burial chambers and ritual spaces. Among its most puzzling features is the Oracle Chamber, a small, roughly hewn space with extraordinary acoustic properties. Tests have shown that sounds made within the chamber, particularly in the 110 Hz frequency range, cause vibrations that can be felt throughout the surrounding walls. Researchers believe this resonance may have been intentionally designed to enhance chants or rituals, possibly inducing trance-like states in those present. Similar acoustic effects have been found in other ancient sites, leading some to speculate that early civilizations had a deeper understanding of sound than previously believed. Was the Hypogeum built to manipulate sound for spiritual purposes? Did ancient priests use it to create an altered state of consciousness? The chamber's unique properties suggest that it was not just another burial site, but a place where sound itself played a role in religious or ceremonial practices. Adding to the mystery, the Hypogeum also yielded thousands of skeletal remains, including elongated skulls that fueled theories of a lost race or an unknown branch of early humans. While most of these skulls disappeared after their discovery, some researchers believe they were naturally deformed due to cultural practices, rather than evidence of something non-human. Today, the Hypogeum remains one of Malta's greatest archaeological wonders. Access is strictly limited to preserve its delicate structure, and visitors often report an unsettling feeling within its depths. Whether a carefully engineered ritual space or an accidental acoustic phenomenon, the Oracle Chamber continues to defy explanation, its whispers echoing through time. Carved into the rolling hills of southern England, A colossal white horse has watched over the landscape for thousands of years. Unlike any ordinary depiction of a horse, this figure is stylized and abstract, its sinuous lines forming an elegant yet otherworldly shape. From the ground it appears as a series of disconnected trenches, but from the air the full design is unmistakable, a creature galloping across the hillside, its origins shrouded in mystery. The Uffington White Horse, measuring 110 meters long, is located in Oxfordshire, England, and is the oldest known chalk hill figure in Britain. Dating methods place its creation at around 1000 BCE during the late Bronze Age or early Iron Age. But why was it carved and by whom? Unlike later hill figures which were created for decoration or political statements, the Uffington horse has persisted for millennia, with generations carefully maintaining its form. If neglected, the chalk trenches would disappear under vegetation, yet historical records show it has been continuously restored, suggesting it held deep significance for those who kept it alive. One theory links the horse to Celtic mythology, where white horses were sacred symbols associated with gods and warriors. Some believe it represents Epona, the Celtic goddess of horses, fertility, and protection. Others suggest it could be a tribal emblem, marking the land of a powerful ruling group. The figure's location near Uffington Castle, an Iron Age hill fort, strengthens the idea that it may have been a territorial marker. Adding to the mystery, the horse is visible only from the sky, raising questions about whether it was meant for human eyes at all. Some researchers suggest it was created as a ritual offering to the gods, intended to be seen from above, perhaps by divine beings or ancestors watching from the heavens. Over the centuries, myths have grown around the white horse. Some claim it was carved by the legendary King Alfred the Great after a victory over the Vikings, though the figure predates him by nearly 2 millennia. Others speak of a hidden treasure beneath the horse, guarded by supernatural forces. Despite the uncertainty surrounding its origins, one thing is clear. The Uffington White Horse is no ordinary carving. It has survived for over 3,000 years, outlasting kingdoms, empires, and civilizations. Whatever its true purpose, the horse remains a powerful connection to Britain's ancient past. Its galloping form an eternal message from those who came before. Long before the Inca, deep in the Supi Valley of Peru, a civilization flourished that rewrote history. Hidden beneath layers of sand and time, massive pyramid structures stood as silent reminders of a society that existed when Egypt's pyramids were still in their infancy. This was Caral, the oldest known city in the Americas, built over 5,000 years ago, a lost civilization that rose and thrived with astonishing sophistication. The Caral Soup site, covering more than 60 hectares, was first identified in the 1940s, but it wasn't until the late 1990s that archaeologists recognized its true age. Radiocarbon dating revealed that Caral's pyramids, plazas, and residential complexes predated the great civilizations of Mesoamerica by thousands of years. The scale of its architecture, 6 large pyramidal structures, sunken circular plazas, and vast residential areas, suggests an organized society with advanced urban planning, long-distance trade networks, and a deep understanding of engineering. Perhaps most remarkable is what Caral lacked. Unlike many later civilizations, there is no evidence of warfare, no defensive walls, weapons, or depictions of conflict. Instead, Caral appears to have been a thriving cultural and trade center linked to other settlements along the coast and highlands. Findings of exotic materials such as shells from the Pacific and feathers from the Amazon indicate a vast trade network, proving that Caral's influence stretched far beyond its valley. The people of Caral also made early strides in science and technology. The discovery of quipu, a system of knotted cords used for record keeping, suggests that they may have developed an early form of numerical communication, centuries before the Inca adopted a similar system. They also engineered sophisticated irrigation canals, allowing them to cultivate crops such as cotton, which was likely used for textiles and fishing nets. But despite its achievements, Caral was eventually abandoned. Around 1800 BCE, signs of environmental stress, possibly caused by prolonged droughts or resource depletion, led to the city's decline. The people vanished, leaving behind only the towering remnants of their civilization, their pyramids standing as some of the most enduring testaments to early human ingenuity. For decades, the history of the Americas was thought to have begun with the Olmec and Maya, but Caral changed everything. It proved that complex societies existed far earlier than once believed, reshaping our understanding of how civilization first emerged in the New World. The Great Pyramids of Caral remain a mystery, symbols of a lost culture that thrived long before history was written. For centuries, these artifacts have challenged our understanding of history. Some stand as remnants of forgotten civilizations, while others hint at knowledge and traditions lost to time. Each of these artifacts tells a story, some partially understood, others still waiting to be uncovered. With every new discovery, history shifts, proving that the past is never truly settled. What other secrets remain hidden beneath the earth, waiting to be found? If you enjoyed this journey through history's greatest mysteries, don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and leave a comment on which artifact intrigued you the most. And if you're fascinated by the unknown, check out our other videos exploring the mysteries of the past. You never know what you might uncover next.